Bullet Club. 44444 life. Welcome back to the Underground Mobcast episode number 25. I am Lando Capo here with me, my co-host, PJ's Underground. Parker, say hi.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Happy to be here. And what do you say we kick it right in to our Q
Yeah,
and
to the
A?
Q&A. To the Q&A. Let's start with this question. Do you want to see a brand split?
All right, yeah. So this is actually a WWE related question. I probably could have been a little
Mm-hmm.
bit more clear with that, but
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
absolutely. I think we've touched on it before, without really
Yeah.
like touching on it, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I think what they did in combining the titles was great. And the gimmick was perfect. They actually weren't planning on having RK Bro drop the titles to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But the Usos had so much heat after Roman won both titles that they had to unify them. So
Yep.
I think naturally, if Roman loses, or even if Roman doesn't lose, stripping him of one of the titles and stripping the Usos of one of the titles, obviously keeping, in my personal opinion, it makes sense to keep Roman on SmackDown just to keep that reign going. Um, and keeping the Usos on SmackDown also to keep the reign going.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to see a brand split. It opens up a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Me too. Me too. Yeah.
Like I know I like to flashback to 2016 a lot, but that was probably the year I watched the most wrestling because
Mm-hmm.
there was so much going on, man. Like I would love to see back to like the old school Survivor Series idea of like Raw versus SmackDown. Um, there's just so much you can do with it. Night one of Mania having like the Raw Championship as the main event, and night two having the SmackDown or whatever. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I know they're shooting to like make the women have their own main event too, but quite frankly, I mean, we'll touch on like Charlotte Flair's match tonight. For those who don't know, we're recording this Friday. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just we're recording this right after like the end of SmackDown. Like we're not just to let you everybody know we ain't gonna go into like the review of Rampage really because
simply
we
because
saw
like
the
there was
match.
nothing worthwhile.
Yeah, it's just yeah, nothing wild really. So yeah, we're gonna skip for Rampage in this episode. So yeah, we're recording this right after SmackDown. But yeah, anyways, continue.
Yeah, so it Charlotte's match tonight, she's supposed to be like, the best women's wrestler in the company besides like
Mm-hmm.
Bianca and Rhea, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
dude, her match was awful. I'm sorry, but it was awful. It just looks like they were going like step by step by step, every step of the way through it. Um, and I get that like women have like their equal shot or whatever, but if you can't perform, you
Mm-hmm.
can't perform. Um, if you can't put on the same level of match, you just can't put on the same level of match. It is what it is, you know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Men biologically are more scientifically speaking are more physical creatures, right? Like we're the hunters to the gatherer type of thing. So I mean,
Yeah,
naturally we
creatures.
have,
Let's put it that way. Yeah.
yeah, we have more physical ability capability. But
Hmm.
I don't know. I get what they're trying to do. I liked when they did like the Mae Young Classic. That was awesome. But you can't force change. It's something that kind of has to happen naturally, and I don't think there's a woman's main event that can hold up to two men's main event matches. Like if you were to split the championships right now, say Seth Rollins versus Cody, for the WWE Championship as night one, or Cody versus Roman as night two, and Seth versus Sammy night one, or something like that, right? Does Rhea versus Charlotte hold a candle to either one of those matches? No. Does Bianca versus Asuka hold a candle to either one of those matches? More than likely, no.
Mm.
So
Yeah, yeah,
it might deter in that aspect, but besides that, I feel like the brand split's a great idea. It's worked. It works most of the time. It's just about how like you play it. Like I remember when 2016 they did the draft and Finn Balor got drafted and draws hit the floor. There's so much you
yeah,
can do to
yeah,
pull people up. Like it's such an exciting time when you do stuff like that. So I'm all for it. What
hmm
about you, Lando?
yep. I'm all for it as well.
If you did a brand split right now, what championships go where?
Man, like okay, I would let. I mean, I like the only two championships that I can like think about is like the Intercontinental and the U.S. Championship. Really, like I would just let those titles just like just switch. Really, like
So you
Intercontinental
put the
Championship.
Intercontinental on Raw.
Yeah, and U.S. title on SmackDown. Really.
I kind of like the U.S. Championship being on Raw. I'm not gonna lie. Like with the 3 hour show, especially if they were to open back up the open challenge idea, I think that fits into the 3 hour show better. If they were to make SmackDown a 3 hour show and just completely like level it out, that would work too. Um, I was watching. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They are called the Straight Shoot Pod. One of their guys
Rich.
today was he had like a live stream
Yep.
and he was like live reacting or whatever to SmackDown and
Mm-hmm.
God, I forgot where I was going with that. Oh yeah. He was talking about how he would love to see SmackDown be a 3 hour show. I'm not really sure how I feel about that because a lot of people have complained about Raw being a 3 hour show forever, right? So
Yeah.
if you were to do that, I guess it would be a little bit more complicated. But I think the Intercontinental Championship, the way that it's been played out thus far, might as well keep it on SmackDown. Gunther on SmackDown, I think it fits, but there are more big guys on Raw too. So that, I mean, either way it bounces. I could see it working out. But like for the US Championship, guys like Gargano are on Raw a majority of the time. Um, Bronson, Reed, um, I don't know. There's a lot of like stacked mid card talent on Raw, so I think the U.S. Championship fits better there. The IC Championship, like you've got Rey Mysterio on SmackDown and Karrion Cross. I guess. I mean, he's Um, hot take, I know, but I think both shows have the capability to carry their mid card titles. So either way it bounces, really. I don't really have a preference. I'd like to see the WWE Championship on Raw though, for sure. And the Universal on
Mm-hmm.
SmackDown, and then obviously SmackDown
Yeah.
tags have to be on SmackDown, and Raw tags have to be on Raw.
Yeah.
So,
So does the women's, the two
yep.
women's tag title or not tag, not the again, not the tag. Well, it's a dual brand championship. Okay, I'm talking about the Raw women's and the SmackDown women's championships.
Yeah, I'm all for the women's tag being like back and forth because they have such a limited tag roster as is. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, let's shift over from the Q&A, um, to the match of the
The
week,
match of the week.
which
Yeah.
was
So yeah,
mine.
yeah,
Um,
your match of the week. So share it to the viewers at home.
Yeah, so
What
let's
is
kick it
your
off
match of
with
the
the
week?
reason as to why I picked this match. So last week, if you guys missed out, Lando picked Stone Cold versus Bret Hart at WrestleMania 13. This was the
Yep.
people's main event. So I kind of wanted to follow suit with that. And so I picked what I consider to be the people's main event of WrestleMania 29, which was CM Punk versus The Undertaker. This match absolutely stole the show. there was so many good spots in there, and the storytelling behind it was great. Um, Paul Bearer had just passed away, and CM
Mm-hmm.
Punk was diddling around with the urn of Paul Bearer for weeks on end until we got to Mania. Um, if anybody should have beat the streak, I genuinely feel like CM Punk at WrestleMania 29 should have been that guy. Uh, I think he should have been in the main event of WrestleMania 29 regardless, and I think they screwed him. So they put him in a match with Undertaker, and they burned the house down. This is
Yep.
probably one of my most fond memories in terms of like watching wrestling growing up. This
Did
was
CM Punk delivered a tombstone to the Undertaker?
Wasn't he about to, and then he got hit with it himself,
I
and he
think.
folded it
I
over.
think. I think. I'm trying to remember. Really, I'm trying to
I'm
remember. But.
I'm pretty sure
But
he hit him with one
anyways.
at one point. I watched it on Monday, so I'm not 100% sure. It's been a minute, but um, I'm pretty sure he hit him with one tombstone, and then as he was gonna hit him with a second tombstone, not back to
Uh,
back, but as he was
Undertaker.
gonna do it
Yeah.
again, Undertaker rolled it over and then finished off
Hit him
CM
with a
Punk.
tombstone.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, like even CM Punk's attire during the match was sick. There was just such an aura in that match, and I guess that ties into like one of our questions for next week. Um, but there was just something so cool about it, and I know obviously CM Punk didn't plan on being put up against the Undertaker because he thought he would get a WrestleMania main event like he was promised in his contract. Um, but he didn't. And he took it and ran with it, especially with Paul Heyman by his side and the promos that Paul Heyman was able to cut leading up to it. The video
Mm-hmm.
package for it was amazing. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it. Do yourself a favor. If you haven't seen that match, go do yourself a favor and watch it. The springboard to the outside, or the diving elbow to the outside on the announcer's table by CM Punk was
Yeah.
that. There's a photo of that, and it's like engraved into my head, and I love it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm a little biased because I'm a CM Punk fan. Um, Plastered all over my walls is photos of CM Punk, but there was just something about that match, and I think most people who have seen it or were like watching WrestleMania 29 can agree. So,
Yeah.
but with
So.
that, speaking
Should we,
of CM Punk, why don't we kick it over to AEW Revolution?
yeah. How would you rank that show? Really?
So like the show
How would
overall,
you?
I'd probably give a strong like 8.5, 8.7 out of 10.
Yeah. Me. Yeah. Me too. Me too. Really.
But there was a couple like moments in there that I feel really, really, really carried the show. Obviously, the main event match for those who did not watch it, MJF won with
Mm-hmm.
a cheap shot, of course, because how do you get a heel over besides cheating? You don't. So he retains that match. As much as people want to crap on MJF, and I kind of hinted at like crapping on him in the last episode as well. Uh, he absolutely could hang with Daniel Bryan, and I saw
Yeah.
people in like Instagram and other social media platforms saying like, "Oh, if it wasn't Daniel Bryan, then MJF would have never been able to hang in that long. If it wasn't for Daniel Bryan, this blah blah blah." And I think Bryan Danielson is a great carry. I think he does a great job in every aspect of professional wrestling. I think he can carry a lot of talent, but I don't think he needed to carry Max.
Mm. I mean, yeah.
Max himself, uh, he's an incredible talent. Like the first exchange in that match really set the pace for the rest of it, and it went to show that he really could hang with a technical wrestler like Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson. Um, I was impressed, man. I did not think that. I thought I'd spent the $50 or whatever, and I was like, I probably won't get out of it what I'm hoping for, but I genuinely did. I loved it. I don't know about you, but that main event, I think it's the best Iron Man match ever.
Yeah, and now I bet we're not going to see Bryan Danielson for a while because he said he was going to go home now.
Yeah. I thought that was like a hint at retirement, but I'm genuinely hoping not.
Mm. But yeah, yeah, like I give the pay per view like I'm gonna say a 7.5 out of 10. Really.
Okay, okay. In terms of like good stuff that happened, FTR came back. I
Oh
popped
yeah, 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 yeah.
heavy for that. Jamie Hayter
Yeah.
retained, thank God.
Uh, what else happened? Well, okay, Warlow won the TNT Championship. They're just playing hot
Honestly,
potato. They're just playing hot potato with the championship right now. Really, I don't like it. I don't like
yeah,
it.
I don't see the point of having Wardlow win it just to drop it to Powerhouse Hobbs the next episode, but
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we'll get that in a bit. Really,
yeah,
I put
we'll
it down
we'll
in my
really cover
notes.
that when we get there, but like you said, they are kind of just playing hot potato. They're like just handing it off to people at this point. Um, I don't know. It is what it is. That match was kind of lackluster. I was hoping for a little bit more out of Samoa Joe and Wardlow, but nonetheless, it was still a pretty good match. I don't really think any other match stole the show. There was a lot of, believe it or not, the tag team Fatal 4-Way was great.
Yeah.
Personally, I was not excited for it, but walking out, I mean, it was pretty good. I thought the Acclaimed was about to have it too, but they lost.
But yeah,
Um,
yeah. In for the tag team division, this is right now is based on storyline because right now FTR. Pretty much FTR is like now like the next in is like next in line for an AEW World Tag Team opportunity. So this is like a build up, really. Ever
yeah,
since
I
like
can't think of anyone else who deserves it, anyways.
yeah, their first run as AEW World Tag Team Champions was like 2 months, really,
Yeah, it was cut a little
and
short.
yeah, and now the back, and I mean we all know that FTR is going to be the next AEW World Tag Team Champions.
What if they're not, though, dude? If they lose, I'm going to cry.
Imagine the Guns beating FTR.
Could you
Am I
imagine them
right?
beating them clean, dude? I would actually, like, stop watching AEW forever.
Yeah,
Actually, I'm putting it out there right now. If the Guns can beat FTR clean, I'm done with AEW.
yeah.
But speaking of AEW, let's talk about the Trios Championship match.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
Wow. I mean, I don't think there's a
Mm-hmm.
better word. Um,
Yeah. You remember the part where like Kenny Omega pulled the V trigger on Julia Hart?
yeah,
Well, not intentionally, but
it still happened.
it still happened.
Yeah, no, dude. That was probably the match. It was in
One of the matches
competition
on the
for
night
match of
where.
the night for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I know personally, I think that might have been match of the night. There was a lot of pops when Kenny faced off. Anytime Kenny faced off with anybody, there was a pop. So he faced off with Buddy Matthews and pop. He faced off with Malachi Black, huge pop. And
Mm-hmm.
he faced off with Brody King, huge pop. That match was hard hitting, and like the spots in there weren't like it wasn't like a spot fest, but there was a good amount at the same time, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Enough to put it in competition for match of the night
Yeah.
against
Yeah.
the best Iron Man match, and I maintain that. That is the best Iron Man match ever. I saw someone post on Instagram about it, and they were like, That might have been better than Shawn versus Brett, and people were like going off in the comments. How could you say that? Blah blah blah. The only reason Shawn versus Brett is so iconic is because it was the first, and obviously it
Yeah,
was Shawn Michaels' first title as well, first world title.
yeah,
If it wasn't the first and it wasn't the main event of a WrestleMania, I don't really think it would have been as important and as talked about as it still is today.
mm-hmm,
But it is. You can't take that away from it. That is a very big factor as to why that match still lasts today, and I will still talk about that match anyways, because that match in its own sense was great. It just the style of wrestling has changed over the years, and the level of entertainment that we got out of MJF versus Bryan Danielson, I think, was just a little bit better.
yeah,
So that's where I stand.
yep. I stand beside you as well.
How'd you feel about Moxley versus Hangman?
Like, okay, like I thought that John Moxley was gonna win, really,
Yep, that
and
makes two of us. Two fools in
yeah,
a bucket right
yeah,
now.
yeah, but he tapped out.
Yeah, he damn near
Like,
got choked out.
yeah, I'm like, shit. Like, well, at first I'm like, really? He tapped out? And then I looked it up, and I'm like, and I trying to find the reason why he like tapped out. I'm like, because he was being choked the shit out of Hangman out of Page. Like what? With a lariat, an actual lariat
So he hit him
or
with the
something?
lariat, which sent him over the ropes, and then
Mm,
he had already had a chain wrapped around his neck, and so he just dangled him by the chain until he tapped out, which was horrific. That's a
mm.
quick way to die, and yeah. So I
Oh,
don't
I
blame
thought
him for
I just
tapping
saw
out.
like the. I mean, I just saw like the. Well, I only saw a picture. Really, I thought it was like some like lariat or something. I don't know why I think it was a lariat, but yeah, with the chain.
Yeah, so he hit him with
That.
the lariat, sent him over the ropes, and then he was like dangling by the chain and he tapped. Honestly, dude, that
Mm,
match, it was good, but I was kind of expecting a little bit more. They can't all be barn burners though, because then you won't appreciate the other matches. I was
yeah.
just expecting a little bit more.
Mm,
I wasn't too happy with the ending. I was kind of hoping it would be like a 10 count unanswered type of thing,
mm.
but can't always get what you want.
So yeah. What else is there? Christian Cage versus Jungle Boy.
That match was good.
Yeah.
Yet again, it was one of those like I was expecting more, but overall it was good. He hit him with the concerto.
Mm-hmm.
Good storytelling. I'm glad that this
Yep.
storyline's finally gonna be over, but I'm kind of hoping Jungle Boy Jack and Luchasaurus get back together here afterwards.
Yeah, but many people say that um okay, now this is like maybe like Twitter, but I like many people say that Jack Perry is like next in line for a TNT Championship opportunity. And I'm like, oh, please, for the love of God, don't like, okay, Jack Perry, yes, he's title worthy for his singles title, but don't play fucking hot potato with the fucking TNT Championship, really. You know?
Yeah, if I don't really know where what to think at this point in
But
time. Like the
yeah,
TNT
I
Championship,
mean,
it started off so strong, and
yeah,
now it just kind of feels like a give me title.
yeah. This is like WCW all over again, really.
Yeah, Eric Bischoff warned him about like the overhiring and a bunch of different things. Like if you, I don't know if you listen to his podcast at all, but I'll see clips of it pop up here and there, and he'll just like be dogging on AEW. He'll be like, "We made that same error," and I'm sitting back like, "Oh shit, that's right, huh? Oh well." But
Yeah. But oh man, like yeah, like AEW, like they're like WCW, really.
yeah, the only thing is, I'm hoping it doesn't dissolve, because if it dissolves, then
Mm.
we're back to only
You know,
WWE,
like hmm
and I don't want that.
yeah.
As much as they've been doing
Now,
a great job recently, you can't depend on it.
yeah. Now, what was I about to say? Oh yeah. So is that it for the match card?
Yep. As far as
Okay.
things that I'd like to cover, I believe that I believe it was everything as is, but definitely in terms of
Yeah.
like what is worth covering. Yeah.
Okay. Well, now it's up to the reports. Now, even though speaking of TNT Championship, the TNT Championship has been stolen,
Yeah,
and
dude,
it's
I
not
saw
like the
that. That's
first.
awful.
Now that's this is like well, this is not like the first AEW Championship that's been stolen. Like the first one is when Chris Jericho, his AEW World Championship was stolen as well. And even though they got it back, really, they got the AEW World Championship back, and now AEW TNT Championship has now been stolen, and we haven't heard anything back yet if that the TNT Championship has been returned. You know,
This is a very
so
interesting thing
hopefully,
for me. So someone literally just broke into Wardlow's rental and took everything.
yeah,
They took his suitcase.
that had his ring gear and the TNT Championship.
He said something else in the video too. I don't really recall off the top of my head, but he said something else too.
Hmm. But yeah, hopefully AEW can get the TNT Championship back to their company. Like I bet they just like the one that Powerhouse Hobbs won. I mean, I bet that was just like a duplicate for like maybe like an interim, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it all looks the same,
I
minus
mean,
like
yeah, really.
Miro's and
And Scorpio Skies,
yeah.
or maybe just bring back the Red Strap TNT title. Now, uh, sorry, continue.
I mean, the thing with the red is, I wish they would have just left it.
Oh, really? Oh, I
I wish
mean,
they would have
either.
left it with Brody Lee.
Oh, well,
Goodbye and good riddance to the red strap. I think that belongs up with Brody Lee.
okay. Either red or black works for me for the TNT title.
Fair
But
enough.
anyways, next up, you remember Saray in NXT?
I'd have to see her. I'm looking her up right now.
Yeah, Saray. He was in NXT
Oh yeah. Okay.
for like a couple of years, but now it's been reported by Sean Ross Sapp that Saray is leaving WWE. I mean, like we haven't seen her in months, really.
Yeah, she's gonna go to
And
NJPW.
yeah, that's a good one. That's a good promotion. Yeah, like yeah, because you know that NJPW they're building their own women's division. You know,
Yeah, now
well,
that they
like
have their own women's championship.
yeah, well, I mean, they kind of do because like the IWGP Women's Championship is a co-promoted championship between NJPW and Stardom. But yeah, they can like build their own women's division in New Japan. But yeah, best of luck for Saray's future endeavors. But
Absolutely.
anyways,
She'll go on to do great things, I'm sure.
yeah.
She's
But
still young.
anyways,
She's 26.
moving, yeah, moving on. WWE is interested of bringing the Elite to WWE. Now, like it says on Twitter that their contract will expire soon in AEW, and WWE has their best interest of bringing the Elite to WWE because like WWE they wanted like the Elite and the Young Bucks to or yeah, like Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks to AEW, really.
This is
And do
such
you
a
think?
shot in the dark, dude. If the Elite ever comes
Hmm.
to WWE, I'll sell $500 worth of my action figures because I have that high of doubts that it'll ever happen. Kenny Omega had a tryout years ago, and he ended up leaving after he like they wanted him back for day 2 or something like that, and he didn't go back. I
I
don't think
mean
he'll ever sign.
WWE. I mean, I don't know. I mean WWE has been reaching out with like Kenny Omega, because you know, especially like Triple H. He
Well,
he
yeah, I
wants
mean,
Kenny Omega.
Kenny's the god of wrestling.
Yeah.
The trios match goes to
Now,
show it. I mean, like literally anybody he steps in the ring with, people get excited.
yeah, yeah. Now, yeah. So, people in the comments section down below, do you think that the Elite will go to WWE once their contract expires? So yeah, I'm gonna leave all the the people in the comment section down below give their own opinion on it. But anyways, moving on to breaking news. Now I put this on the top of this list. Ladies and gentlemen, Parker is working for a company in Michigan called Pure Pro Wrestling.
Yes,
So
sir.
yep. And
Add in applause.
I'll add applause. I'll add the applause. So yeah. Uh tell me tell the viewers at home like what are you gonna do there? I know for a fact you're not gonna be wrestling for them, but like what
Hey,
are you gonna
listen,
do for
never
them?
say never in professional wrestling, Lando.
Okay. Touche. But anyways,
As of right now,
yep.
I am an intern. I will probably be doing content creation similar to like what we do here. Um, as far as I know, it sounds like I'll be doing a little bit of everything, and I'm excited. I talked to
Okay.
Joe. He's the guy who runs it, and shout out to
Okay.
him. But he asked me if there's like anything specifically I wanted to get into, and I didn't have an answer for it. I've always had like a love for professional wrestling. I feel like you could probably say the same, and I've just always wanted to work around the business, and that's what I told him. I don't care what it is or what I'm doing. I would clean the fucking locker rooms by spit shining it if I had to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be in some sort of area of professional wrestling, so it's just about getting my foot in the door and just seeing where this road takes me. So that's where we're at. Tomorrow's my first day. I'll be there at
Oh really?
11:30 a.m. Yep. EST.
Yeah. Yep. What else? I also told you that like do they have any championships and you don't even know, right?
Okay. I know that they have championships. I just don't know like
Okay.
the extent of all of their championships. So obviously they have like a women's. They have the main card men's title, which I'm pretty sure is the Pure Pro Championship. It's something like that. I'm not. I don't have like the full rundown yet, but um,
Okay.
they've got a show next Saturday on the 18th, and
Okay.
I'm gonna be able to meet Tommy Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer.
Yep,
Okay.
dude, I almost cried when he told me. I was so excited because I grew up, when ECW got dissolved into a WWE byproduct. Um,
Now,
Tommy
since
Dreamer was always
since
around.
you yeah, and since you bring up Tommy Dreamer, I also met a wrestler who was from AEW or ECW. Sorry. Um, guess who that ECW wrestler was?
All right. Let's see. Male or female?
Male.
Active right now?
Uh, well, this was a few years ago, so I want to say maybe semi-retired.
Active in
So maybe
AEW or WWE?
no, not active in no
Former ECW
active in the
World Champion.
independent. Yes, yes,
Were they ever in WWE?
yes.
Former Intercontinental Champion?
Nope.
Okay. ECW Champion, not. Former US Champion?
Nope. Okay, how about
So,
this? He never won a championship in WWE.
really?
Yeah, but yeah,
Okay.
he was in WWE.
So, ECW. Raven?
No, he won a championship. He won the hardcore championship.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that that existed. Hmm.
You give up?
Yeah.
The Sandman.
Oh, dude, I should have had that.
Yeah, I met the Sandman at a at a ACW Wisconsin wrestling event. Um, yeah, he was there, and I took a picture with him. This was like back in 2018, by the way. So yeah, I took a picture with him, and he wrapped his kendo stick around me as we're taking a photo.
What's he like?
Um, he still has that beer belly. I can tell you that. Um, yeah. He he was wearing yeah, he was wearing a t-shirt with a zipped up sweatshirt, and he was wearing a cap as well while he while he was there. But he also was kicking some ass as well, really, with this kendo stick and drinking
Was he a
beer as
nice
well.
guy?
He was pretty chilled, really. He was pretty chilled.
Hmm. He was
But you
probably
know,
drunk.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, yeah, probably. I don't know. He's the fucking Sandman. Let's be real here.
Yeah. Half of his gimmick was just drinking.
Yeah. And he would just come through the crowd, just taking his sweet ass time, like making his entrance to the ring.
Makes sense. Hmm. Yeah, that's dope, dude. Sandman. So I've met Kevin Thorne too. I actually have a action figure signed by him. He was at a like collectible store that hosts these shows every here and there, called There and Back Again Toys. Shout out to them. That's where I get a lot of my action figures. But he was there, and apparently he was asking around if anybody like had his figure and was trying to get it signed because They were just like he was just autographing like photo after photo, and here I come rolling in with the freaking figure on hand. I didn't like think anything of it, you know. I didn't think it would be a crazy thing to have it. But he was like beside himself that somebody had it still. And I got it. My mom went to like Tennessee in 2014, 2013, something like that, and brought me back like two Jax figures. One was the Brooklyn Brawler,
Oh,
which I got because it was just a hard one to find because nobody ever like really wanted it. And then Kevin Thorne because I remembered him from ECW, and I just kept it like mint on card forever. And then I got to meet him one day just out of the blue. It was awesome.
mm,
Years later,
mm.
dude. It was like 5 years later. I sat on that figure like 5 years before I got it. But yeah,
But
let's kick
anyways,
it on over to the next topic.
another breaking news. WWE 2K announced the DLC packs featuring Hall of Famers, legends, and NXT stars. Now, if I pull up my list here, um, it says that for the roster, for the DLC packs, it will include Bray Wyatt, um, who else is there? Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, Tony D'Angelo, and Wade Barrett, and there are other stars from like NXT as well, like Blair Davenport, Damon Kemp, even Pretty Deadly, Nathan Fraser, Tiffany Stratton, by the way.
I'm excited for Pretty Deadly, I must admit.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, I could just send you the link, really, and you can
Yeah,
see
go
the
ahead and
list for
send me the
yourself.
link, and it'll be in the description below as well.
Yep. Yeah, I'll put the link down in the description box below if you want to see like the whole roster yourself. Hold on, I'm gonna send you the link, and there you go. Should be there. You go.
Oh, wow. Holy. Okay, DLC. We got Adonis, Andre Chase. It's a pretty stacked list. Rick Steiner, Scott Steiner.
Yes, Guts. Yeah, not like Big Papa Pump. Like I would say maybe like pre Big Papa Pump. You know when he was with Rick Steiner
Yeah.
in a tag team.
Wow, that's a pretty good list.
Mm-hmm. I'm also curious of like why didn't they put in like Miko Satomura?
That's a good question. Maybe it'll be one of the packs that comes out as they continue on.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, like I said, if you want to see the full like DLC packs, it'll be down in the description box below with a link, and you can go see for yourself. Now, anyways, continuing on with more breaking news. The Bray Wyatt versus Bobby Lashley match has been canceled at WrestleMania.
Did they give any reason as to why?
I don't think so, but Triple H came out with a tweet that it was came out with a tweet saying like sorry this ain't gonna work out with like and he tagged in like Bray Wyatt as well and Bobby Lashley. Like this ain't gonna work out with the storyline between those two, so they uh they decided to cancel it.
Interesting. Hopefully Bray Wyatt will still have a match at Mania though.
Yeah, I hope so. Cause why get rid of this match, really?
To be fair, it would probably be pretty boring. I don't think Bobby Lashley is all that great of a performer.
Okay. Okay, anyways, more breaking news. WWE will be having a King and Queen of the Ring pay-per-view and Jeddah, Saudi Arabia on Saturday, May 27th. Now, the last time they have like a king and queen of the ring tournament was like, and it was like in October of 2021 at a Crown Jewel pay per view. It was like Xavier Woods and Zelina Vega. They both won both of those tournaments.
Yay, Queen Zelina, woohoo.
Yep. Poor decision making for Vince McMahon.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like like why Zelina
Yeah, I
though?
wasn't even hot on Xavier winning, to be honest.
Like I mean to be like back then I had a feeling that they're gonna let Xavier win the tournament. I just had that feeling. I'm like, just watch WWE give Xavier Woods the crown, really.
Well, yeah, because they
Like
had pushed everybody besides him in New Day, so they had to give him something.
hmm I mean, which is good, which is good. And besides, that was like one of his goals is to win the King of the Ring tournament. So
Yeah, listen, I'm just glad he didn't end up winning a WWE championship.
like Xavier Woods, like I mean, he's like underrated in the New Day, really. Like he hasn't won a singles title in the New Day.
Yeah, but he's just the mouthpiece.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I would love to see Xavier Woods as a singles champion, but I don't know, maybe winning a world title once, just maybe, just having like maybe like a short reign. To be honest, like not as long like as like Biggie and Kofi Kingston. You know what I mean? Just like a short, just one little title reign. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'd prefer to see him get like a U.S. championship or an intercontinental championship. A world title for Xavier Woods seems a bit much, in my opinion.
I mean, would you let him win once?
Probably not. I don't think he has the in ring ability to do it.
I mean, okay, like the he's part of the like he's like the only member of the New Day that never won a world title. Okay, so I mean, maybe just maybe like like in the Shield, like in the Shield, like all three members of the Shield, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns, they are Grand Slam champions. And just imagine like the New Day also, like even though like yeah, like Kofi Kingston, he's a Grand Slam champion right now, and Big E, he's a Triple Crown champion. He's not a Grand Slam champion yet. Like he has to win like the U.S. title. But Xavier Woods, I mean, it would be good though. It would be good just win like one of the singles titles. Either make it a Triple Crown or maybe a Grand Slam. I
I
would
mean,
just let him like.
I guess the thing is with Xavier is I've never been hot on him. I probably never will be. I've never. I don't know. I don't think he's like bad. I just don't think he's great. And with the amount of talent that they have, why would you waste a championship reign on Xavier Woods?
I
That's the
mean,
way I look at it.
okay. I mean, okay, okay. But I'm just saying, like Xavier Woods, he's like underrated in the New Day, and it's just facts, really.
Yeah, I mean, he
And
definitely
I
has been overshadowed by the others.
yeah, and I do think he deserves to be a singles champion.
Yeah, I think a mid card championship would be perfectly fine. I just don't think he needs a world championship.
Yeah, maybe.
But
But anyways, moving on. Bad Bunny will host Backlash on Saturday, May 6th, live in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
they're doing a lot of stuff overseas.
Yeah.
They're really
I'm like,
pushing
what?
the like global agenda.
Yep. I even like Googled like what's like the time zone for Puerto Rico. So basically, for me, they're 2 hours ahead of us. 2 hours ahead of me, and
So they'd be
apparently,
1 hour ahead of me.
yeah. So yeah.
That's not bad.
Mm-hmm. I had to look up like the time zone for Puerto Rico, and yeah, Bad Bunny though. Hmm. Okay. I know for a fact that Damian Priest might have like a huge match in Puerto Rico right now because he's like an ambassador, uh, like uh, like in New York City with the Puerto Ricans.
Hmm.
I mean, I forgot what kind of ambassador he is, but like it's part of like a Puerto Rican heritage thing in New York City. But yeah, I bet he's gonna have like a championship, maybe a championship match. I might be wrong, but like why not perform in front of like your native land? You know,
Fair enough. Maybe they'll win the tag team championships. Judgment
maybe,
Day.
yeah, maybe. Anyways, now last thing for breaking news: Impact Wrestling announced two championship matches for the Impact and NJPW Multiverse United pay per view. Now, the two matches that have been announced is that hold on, I'm pulling up the list. I saved it in my Instagram. That they'll be having a 6-man X Division scramble match for the Impact X Division Championship. So we got the X Division champion Trey Miguel versus Frankie Kazarian versus Rich Swann versus Kevin Knight from New Japan, who's also like in a tag team with like Kushida. Clark Connors versus Rocky Romero.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Yep, Rocky Romero, who's like a veteran in New Japan, really, like former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, and he's an 8-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion.
hell yeah. That's going to be a good match.
Mm-hmm. And the second championship match is it's a 4-way tag team match for the Impact World Tag Team Championships. It will be the Impact World Tag Team Champions, Ace Austin and Chris Bay of Bullet Club versus Aussie Open versus uh Shane Haste and Bad Dude Tito of TMDK, and we versus the NJPW Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions, the Motor City Machine Guns.
That's going to be. Every match the Motor City Machine Guns are in is exciting.
Mm-hmm. You know
Very,
Shane
very
Haste,
talented.
right?
Yeah.
You know Shane Haste. Okay, just to make sure. So yeah, even though I prefer Shane Haste and Mikey Nichols, if you don't, you know what, you know Mikey Nichols, right?
Yeah.
Nick Miller,
Nick
Nick Miller.
Miller.
Okay, TM61. You remember him? You remember that tag team in
Yeah.
NXT? Okay, yeah, that's him, Mikey Nichols.
Okay. Okay.
I
Yeah.
prefer him. I prefer him than Bad Dude Tito in this match, really, with Shane Haste.
Why is he not in it?
I have no idea. They didn't say that he was like injured or something, but I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know. But anyways, they're in the match.
Well,
So yeah,
while we're
those
on
are
the topic of NJPW Multiverse, dude, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like that name.
what TMDK.
No, Multiverse.
Oh, really?
I
What's
think it's
wrong with
just a.
multi?
I think it's a crappy name for a pay per view, man. Like Forbidden Door was dope because of the wrestling lingo, right?
They could have done. Okay, like what? Like even though WWE, they have this like they used to have like a pay per view Worlds Collide. You know,
Yep. They could have done something like that. I don't know. I just feel like
like
multiverse is, especially with all the Marvel movies and stuff, it just seems kind of
so
washed up
like what?
and
So like what? Worlds United or something? Worlds United
yeah, you could do
would be
that.
yeah, Worlds United. Yeah, instead of like multiverse. Now, speaking of NJPW, we got two news for you for NJPW. What happened just like last week? The new member of Bullet Club is drumroll please, David Finlay.
Yeah, I was talking to one of the guys at PPW about David Finlay.
And he's he's like the like they say like the new leader of Bullet Club.
Yeah, not evil, which is surprising.
He's like he because he's running his own group now, even though he's still part of the Bullet Club with his guys. He's like the de facto leader of Bullet Club, really.
Yeah.
But now like David Finlay comes along. Well, I prefer Evil than David Finlay to be the leader of Bullet Club. But like Evil, he's running his little subgroup in Bullet Club, the House of Torture. You know.
Yeah. I
Now,
don't know. It kind of seems. I was talking to one of the guys at PPW, and he was saying that it almost seems like they're gonna do another civil war, a rivalry between all of the Bullet Club subgroups.
yeah, probably.
He had a
Yeah.
big conspiracy theory. It's very long, so I don't really want to get into it, but
I mean, there was kind of a bit, there was like a bit of a civil war between like Jay White and Evil at one point.
yep.
But yeah, I mean, like Evil, he's like one of like New Japan's top heels, really. Like because he's been he beat Naito for the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Championships, and he became the first triple champion in New Japan history. Like he held the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, and 1/3 of the Never Openweight Six-Man Tag Team Championships. And he also held at one point it was like last year he was 1/3 of the Never Openweight Six-Man Tag Team Champions with his House of Torture teammates. And then he beat Tomohiro Ishii at Wrestle Kingdom last year to win his second Never Openweight Championship. And so he became a double champion again.
Again.
So yeah, again. Because like as he won like the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental titles, like soon like few days after or a few weeks after, he decided he didn't wanted to defend on like he didn't want to defend like the never open weight six-man tag team titles with like it was like Shingo Takagi and Bushi from LIJ. He didn't want to defend the titles with them anymore since he betrayed them, and now he's with Bullet Club. So yeah, they dropped so New Japan let them drop the belts, and so they had a tournament for the six-man titles. So yeah, and he became a double champion for basically a little while. So yeah, like Evil, he's now like one of the top heels in New Japan at the moment, and I prefer him than David Finlay to become the new leader of Bullet Club.
I can't blame you for that.
I'm sorry, David Finlay, but I mean, I saw your promo like when you first joined when you first join Bullet Club, I mean, maybe you got a little kind of like step it up a bit, you know? If you really got to be the leader, you really got to step it up.
Yeah, in terms of being entertaining and like a larger than life character, he could use a little bit of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, in other news, uh Bishamon's Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi from Chaos defeated Kazuchika Okada and Hiroshi Tanahashi to retain the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. Now, we discussed this that we thought that Okada and Tanahashi would win the titles.
Yeah, I'm very surprised to hear that they did not.
Yeah, and I'm curious. I've been searching on the internet, like who was the one to get pinned, Okada or Tanahashi? Because if Okada was like the one to get pinned, I'll be surprised, really. Because like against his because like Goto and Yoshihashi never I don't know if they had like ever been in a match against. Actually, no, they actually did. They actually did at one point. But I'm curious if they ever pinned Okada, one of them.
I'm probably gonna guess no.
Uh, yeah, probably. I don't know. But yeah, Goto and Yoshihashi retained the IWGP Heavyweight Tag titles from Okada and Tanahashi. And now, going to our wrestling of the week with Raw. Sami Zayn held Kevin Owens from the Bloodline, but KO walked out on Sami again.
They're gonna get together. I mean, it. I feel like it becomes more clear day after
Yeah,
day that, or week after week, I guess, what they're doing.
yeah, yeah. The Seth Rollins and Logan Paul segment. And let me just say, Seth Rollins says those things about Logan Paul 100%, 100% like correct. And like that Logan Paul is a fraud, a coward, and he doesn't belong. Even though, yeah, he's like a once in a lifetime athlete, but still, like, I mean, he doesn't belong in WWE.
Yeah, see, I personally hate Logan Paul. Um, so, yes, he is good, but I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of hype around him simply because he's a YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
His in ring ability is crazy, but how many people really have had that much time one on one with HBK in order to get to the point where he's at? Few to known at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it, if you look at it, he should be this good. Johnny Mundo was saying that,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he 100% is right.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you train with one of the greatest of all time, you should be top tier. There should be no question.
Yeah.
But
But yeah,
then,
I hope that Rollins kick his ass at WrestleMania.
if Seth Rollins loses to Logan Paul at WrestleMania, I will cry.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, another news: Edge helped Johnny Gargano get a win over Finn Balor.
They're really doing a good job setting this up for
Mm-hmm.
Mania. I'm
Yep.
excited.
And John Cena accepted Austin Theory's challenge at WrestleMania for the United States Championship.
Woot woot.
Yep. I enjoyed the promo, really.
That was a
John
banger of a
Cena,
promo. He said, I would
yeah.
rather be bald than have them pump in fake crowd noise because nobody cares when I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
That was rough, dude. He was just
Yeah.
John going into a promo segment against John Cena is literally digging your own fucking grave.
Yeah.
You know damn well you're not making it out.
Yeah.
Look at what he did to Roman in their hype up for SummerSlam 2016, or was it
No,
SummerSlam?
no, it was No Mercy
No Mercy
2017.
2017. That's right. Yeah, he was destroying Roman on the mic.
Yep.
Go ahead, find it. Find it.
I'll wait. I'll wait.
You're the big dog. You're gonna have to learn how to cut a promo eventually. Dude, the
Yeah.
best part about that promo was he said, God, I'm still here because you can't do your job. And I was like, damn, boy, snap.
Yep.
Way to go off.
Man. Yeah, I remember that. I watched it live, really.
Yeah, same. Dude, I was on FaceTime with one of my buddies at the time. And I was like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. He was just popping off on Roman, dude. And at the time, it was the Roman that was the annoying baby face that everybody kind of hated.
Was never behind on. But yeah, it was a good promo, really. It was a good ass promo.
Yeah, and I mean,
Now,
I was impressed with Austin Theory being able to stand there.
even though John Cena was shitting on him, really.
Yeah, I mean, he was still somewhat dishing it out.
hmm
He'll evolve. He'll get better as time goes on.
Now, next up, Trish Stratus and the women's tag team champions Lita and Becky Lynch will face Damage Control in a 6-woman tag team match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, we all saw this one coming.
Yeah, yeah.
This one's no surprise.
hmm
But speaking of surprise, Jey Uso showed up on Raw.
And not only that, he turned on Sami Zayn and now is back in the Bloodline.
But first and foremost, he turned his back on Jimmy, went and hugged
Yeah,
Sammy, only to super kick him in the fucking face and say, nah, bruh, I'm going with my blood. I stick with my blood. And that is dope.
okay, to be honest, okay, when he hugged Sammy, I was surprised, really, until I saw like the little setup, because I could see that Jay was just like backing up from Sammy, and I'm like, he's gonna super kick him. Just watch.
Yeah, anytime they like hold the camera there a little extra,
hmm
you know what's coming. I mean, let's
Yeah,
keep it a
yeah.
buck 50.
I mean,
Like,
expect the unexpected, really.
exactly. So if just like after like pay-per-views and stuff, if they run the camera for a while, usually something happens. So it was kind of like I wouldn't say it was apparent, but I had it on good. I assumed what would happen, and sure enough, it happened.
Well, yeah, yeah. Now, what else? Oh yeah, NXT Roadblock. First up on the list, Tony D'Angelo defeated Dijak in the Jailhouse Street Fight. Now, I think that means that Tony D'Angelo is next in line for an NXT North American title shot, and I bet he's gonna challenge Wesley at Stand and Deliver. I think.
Do you think he takes it?
I hope so because I like Tony D'Angelo really.
I do too. I'm really over on that character.
Yeah, and the Don of NXT, and I would love to see him as champion one day.
Yeah,
Now, yeah,
we'll see. We'll see. I think
yeah,
he probably gets pulled up before he even has an opportunity to get an NXT championship, minus the North American.
yeah, man. Now, Dragon Lee appeared on NXT in the crowd. Now, for those who didn't remember, that Dragon Lee announced after he won like the AAA World Tag Team Championships with his brother Jarlistico over in Mexico, where that he announced that he signed a WWE contract, and he'll be going to NXT. So now we saw him in the crowd in NXT, and I bet he's gonna get a match at Stand and Deliver, hopefully. Kind of like Shinsuke Nakamura, you know?
Yeah,
The way Yeah, and like because you remember Shinsuke Nakamura having his like NXT debut
against Sammy,
uh against Sammy.
take over Dallas.
Yeah, take over Dallas. Yeah, and yeah, Dragon Lee.
That was actually one
That
of the
would be
matches of the week.
Yep. Yeah, one of your matches of the week. But
Yep,
anyways,
damn straight it was.
yep. And now, like Dragon Lee, like I mean, we hope to see him soon, and yeah, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see him in a WWE ring. And now, the Grayson Waller effect with Shawn Michaels. Now, I thought like Grayson Waller, like I knew he was gonna challenge Shawn Michaels, and I'm like, I mean, okay, but I mean, he's 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 Shawn Michaels is old at the moment, really.
Yeah, and his last match was not how do I put it? Ideal.
Yeah, yeah, but he said that Grayson Waller would take on another man who bleeds more black and gold than Shawn Michaels, and his name is Johnny Gargano.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is back in NXT.
And he will face Grayson Waller at NXT Stand and Deliver.
Do you think he stays down there for long, or do you think it's a one-time deal?
It's just a one-time deal, I think. It's just a one-time deal, really. It's like,
I hope it's a one-time deal because they've pulled so many dudes down to NXT. You've got Apollo down there now. You've got
Jinder Mahal.
Dijak, Jinder.
I mean, it's just a one-time deal, really. And I mean, this is like a perfect setup for because like before, like when Johnny left, Grayson Waller like ambushed him. So I bet this is like when Johnny like gets payback.
Yeah, I would like
So
to
I
see
mean,
Johnny win it.
so yeah, it's just a one-time deal for Johnny, really, for retribution.
It's very rare I
Now,
would root for anybody over Grayson Waller, but I'm rooting for Johnny.
yeah. Now next up, Gigi Dolan defeated JC Jane. Now, like JC Jane, or like after the match, Jason Jane, she blindsided Gigi Dolan again, and she almost well, she was about to about to end Gigi's career just by like wrapping the chair around her like upper body, like her chest, and about to go, and she was going on to the second rope. But the good thing is that the referee stopped JC from doing the job done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And next up, it's announced that Braun Breaker will take on Carmelo Hayes at NXT Stand and Deliver for the NXT Championship.
Here's to Carmelo Hayes getting a dub here, boys. That's who I'm
Mm-hmm.
rooting for. If I don't know. I was talking with the same dude at PPW. We sat there and we talked for about an hour and a half. And so we were talking about like
Mm.
NXT's current state. And he
Yeah.
said he thinks Carmelo Hayes should be pulled up over.
Yeah.
So I said I think they should pull up Braun Breaker, have him drop the championship to Carmelo Hayes, and get Braun Breaker on the main roster to prove that he can't hang with people on the main roster because I think he's a very boring talent. Instead of wasting Carmelo Hayes because the main roster is kind of stacked right now.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna pull anybody up and waste them, please do it to Braun. It was kind of like my point. I listen. I don't have disdain for Braun Breaker, but I just don't like him. There's just something about it.
Yeah. I like. I'm just saying, I'm not a big fan of Braun either. Really.
I just think he's boring, like he's a boring babyface.
Yeah. But yeah, yeah. I hope they drop the championship to Carmella Hayes.
Send Braun up to the main roster. I thought Braun would probably debut on the main roster at the Royal Rumble,
Mm,
but whatever. Whatever.
okay.
I mean, they brought Adam Cole up, remember, after his
Yeah, his
championship.
match. Uh, it wasn't after. No, 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 no. It was like after his match with Aleister Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like an Extreme Rules match. But anyways,
Another one of the matches of the week. LOL.
yep,
Funny how those keep getting tied in.
yeah.
But
Wesley versus Axiom next week for the NXT North American Championship.
if he can get to the ring first.
Yeah, if they get into the ring first, yes. And I bet so, really.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been paying attention to my story at all, but I was posting like they have all those videos on there
Yeah.
of him like trying to avoid all the people who want a shot.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is so funny, dude. They are killing it with the NXT media these days.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I think that'll be an incredibly good match. Two very athletic people.
Yeah.
But
And so yeah, yeah. I mean, I bet it's gonna be Axiom. Okay, I bet it's gonna be him.
I
But
think it
anyway,
will be too. I mean, they're hyping it up, right? So
yeah. Anyways, next up, Roxanne Perez retained the NXT Women's Championship against Miko Satomura, and she also collapsed and she collapsed in the ring and was taken to the hospital after her match with Miko. Now, I mean, do you think that shit was real?
I don't know, man. I feel like if it was real, it wouldn't have been handled in the manner it was handled.
Hmm,
I feel like it would have been a little bit more. I don't know. I feel like you would have seen more on Twitter and things like that if it was
hmm,
real. It would have
okay.
been everywhere on social media. Like when Jerry the King Waller had a heart attack at ringside, it was all over the place.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah. I get your point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, off to AEW Dynamite. Orange Cassidy successfully defended the AEW All Atlantic Championship against Jay Lethal in his 14th defense. And not only that, that AEW renamed the AEW All Atlantic Championship to the AEW International Championship.
I don't understand the rebranding, but it is what it is.
Well, I mean, okay, it kind of makes sense though, because the All Atlantic Championship. I mean,
Limits it to people whose countries are on the
bordered
Atlantic.
by that are bordered by the Atlantic Ocean. If you looked at it, like on the belt, like it has China and Japan, like on like the Chinese and Japanese flag on on the on the front plate,
Yeah.
even though they're bordered by
The
the
Pacific.
Pacific. Yeah, I mean, like it doesn't make sense though, really. But good thing they. I'm glad that they renamed it to the International Championship. That way, it makes more sense, really.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Tony Khan's announcement about it, I would definitely say go watch it because it's actually awful. The amount of times I don't remember exactly what he said. I can go back here on my Instagram and see. Um, but I remember because I posted it on my story, and I was like, how many times can he say blah blah blah? And I don't remember what exactly it was. Level up. Yeah, he said level up like 10 times minimum.
Mm.
He's like, we're leveling it up. We're leveling it up. And I was like, okay, you freaking cokehead, calm down.
Yeah, every time he's on the mic, he sounds like a real let's just say I want to say
Crackhead,
a crackhead. Yeah,
a coke fiend.
I was about to say like a drug addict.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely on cocaine. Have you like every
I mean,
single press conference they do, every
I
media
mean, hell,
scrum?
he lives in Florida. Really, he lives in Florida.
Yeah, the white trash zoo of America.
Hmm. But yeah, like I said, good thing that they renamed it to make it a lot more sense. Really, to make
Yeah,
the
and it
yeah,
encompasses more.
yeah. And next on our list, Juice Robinson from NJPW attacked Ricky Starks. I was like surprised when I heard the Bullet Club for life. I'm like, oh shit! Like Bullet Club Evasion, is this happening right now? And that's why I did the intro. That's why I did the intro, the Bullet Club for Life intro.
Yeah,
That's why I did it. So
I was super
yeah,
hyped to see Juice Robinson.
yeah, man with the man with the best left arm in the business or in wrestling. It's something like that. Something that Excalibur said. Um, but yeah, Juice Robinson sends a message saying that Bullet Club is alive, worldwide, and stronger than ever. Like backstage, well, he was like being interviewed by Lexi Nair.
He's right, man. They're everywhere.
Yeah, they are everywhere, like in Impact Wrestling,
They're in WWE.
WWE, yeah, and AEW.
Obviously, NJPW. I mean,
And
that's
yeah,
clear as day.
yeah, that I mean, yeah, yeah, and NJPW as well. It may and also in the Indies as well, Ace Austin and Chris Bay. They've been in like some Indies recently.
Yeah, they've been tearing it up too.
Mm-hmm. Their little subgroup name is like ABC. By the way, I don't know if I told you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, ABC. That's like their subgroup name together in the Bullet Club. But yeah, I'm all for that for the Bullet Club just taking over companies. Really. Yeah,
I'm
and
for it
I'm
as
a
long as it doesn't interfere with company's business.
yes, yes.
But
And next up,
there's a
yeah.
little conspiracy theory that they're gonna be like all over the place, and my buddy and I were talking about this. Possibly Kenny turns heel. This is what he said he wants to see. He said he wants to see Kenny turn mega heel again into the like cleaner gimmick, and say like I'm back with the Bullet Club, and the Bucks be like, yeah, like because you're with the Bullet Club, we're back with the Bullet Club, and him say no, I'm back with the Bullet Club, and then turn on the Bucks. Give the
Mm,
Bucks an ultimate babyface run.
yeah, yeah.
I
Anyways,
know a lot of people aren't hot on the Bucks. I know we're gonna go off the rails a little bit here, but I know a lot of people aren't hot on the Bucks. But this is a conversation I just had the other day too, and I thought this was very interesting, and I wanted to bring it up. Um, they don't have like a set moveset, right? So there's a lot of entertainers you expect them to hit certain spots every match, like Samoa Joe is combo in the corner. What is a Samoa
hmm
Joe match without his combo in the corner, without his Uranagi? Um, that's what you expect. The
hmm
Bucks are so damn good that they don't. Besides the super kick, there is not a move that they hit every single match that like you expect to see.
yeah.
And I thought
Uh,
that was a very interesting take because like I had never thought of it in that sense. I'd always just been like, they don't really have like a set move set. I never thought of it as like they're just that damn good.
yeah, yeah. I totally get it. Yeah,
So yeah, I just want to bring that up. I thought that was an
yeah,
interesting point.
yeah. And now the next thing on our list, FTR going after the AEW World Tag Team Championships.
Which, I mean, I feel like common sense would tell people that the ending of the Revolution tag match, that's where it was going, but, common sense isn't something that runs very
Yeah.
strong
Yeah.
in this day and age. So, in case you missed it,
But yeah.
FTR is pursuing the tag team championships again.
Yeah. Now, next thing, the Elite and JAS wants the House of Black for the AEW World Trios Championships next week in Winnipeg, Canada. Now, as we all know, Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho, they're from Winnipeg.
Yep.
So yeah, Kenny Omega with the Young Bucks and Chris Jericho with Sammy Guevara and Daniel Garcia will take on the House of Black for the AEW World Trios Championships in Jericho's and Omega's hometown in Winnipeg. And I'm all for that, to see that. I want to see this match.
I'm all for it, but I swear to God, if the House of Black drops the championships, I am going to lose all hope.
No, why would? I mean, okay, yeah, like, I swear to God, if they do, like, this hot potato shit again, really.
Yeah, it's raps, dude. I'm sorry, but it's raps.
Yeah.
At that point, they'd just be burying the Trios Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Because it'd feel like it means nothing. The House of Black should have a historic run with it, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. Now, next thing on our list, Blackpool Combat Club heel turn, question mark.
Oh, shoot. I mean, the thing is, so they were already kind of heels in a sense.
I mean, yeah.
They're like the anti-heroes.
Yeah, the anti-heroes. Like, they mean, like, serious business, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like they'd already been, like, on their way to turning heel after attacking the Dark Order several times.
Yes.
So
yeah. Next up, Jade Cargill will defend the AEW TBS Championship against a mystery Canadian opponent.
she's not gonna drop it.
Yeah,
I know you want to see it, Lando, but it's not gonna happen.
I know, and I was thinking, like, okay, who's Canadian? Like, who's Canadian? Which female superstar or wrestler is Canadian? I was trying to think who's Canadian.
It might be a new signee.
Probably, I don't know. Well, I guess we have to
I
find out
hope
this
not,
week on
dude.
time.
They have way too many new signees.
We'll find out this coming Wednesday.
Yeah.
And final thing for Dynamite on this list, Powerhouse Hobbs won the AEW TNT Championship from Wardlow by the help of QT Marshall.
Woohoo.
Yeah. Hot potato.
Yep. I just don't understand it. This belt, when it first started, it was building careers, and now it just seems like a stepping stone for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like, I wouldn't mind to see Jungle Boy win it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna play hot potato with it, you might as well roll with it and give it to somebody else.
Yeah.
But if you want to take it seriously, you got to build Powerhouse Hobbs quick, really quick, before it feels boring.
Yeah.
Because him getting help from QT Marshall, bro, I'm sorry, but QT Marshall was boring as hell. The factory was awful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just don't see it.
I don't see it either.
Yeah. Oh,
no.
well.
Yeah. Oh well. It is what it is. Okay, now jumping into SmackDown. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus both won the Fatal 5-Way match at the same time.
Yeah, see, I didn't
Now,
understand this, dude. Where did the second referee come from?
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, okay, where did that referee come from? Really?
It makes no sense,
Where
dude. Like, how can two people win the match simultaneously? No. No. And then they're going to
now,
have a match next week
I
in
thought this
order.
was. I thought they were gonna like, oh, okay. I bet it's gonna be a triple threat match
Yeah,
at
dude. Someone
Mania.
was. Weren't the fans chanting triple threat?
Yeah, triple threat. Yes.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
why would you. Adam Pierce, man, what are you doing?
Hell, did you not hear the fans? Did
Literally.
you not hear
That
the
would be a
fans? They were
banger of a
chanting.
triple threat. I'd much rather see a triple threat than and either one of those being a one-on-one. Sorry.
Yeah, triple threat all the way. Just watch this match end in like in a double count out next week.
I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah, yeah, and still triple threat.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also like, I mean, I'm having a feeling as well because okay, I follow Karrion Cross on Instagram. Okay, he said something that like Drew McIntyre cost him like the Universal Championship twice, and now he's cost him the Intercontinental Championship, even though he wasn't pinned in that Fatal 5-Way. So it's still like Karrion Cross is still out for vengeance on Drew. Now here's what I'm thinking. Maybe I might be wrong, but like what I said just a few seconds ago. I hope that I'm right. That this match ends in a double countout. But what do you think that Karrion Cross will interfere and cost Drew the match?
I sure hope not, dude. I can't say it enough times, dude. I just think Karrion Cross is so boring. His gimmick is great, but his in-ring ability just lacks, you know?
Like, okay, like, yeah, like he's been like a bit, how should I put this? Like dull or something.
Mhm. That's
Yeah,
a good
dull.
that's a
Like,
good description.
like, yeah, like he was a like. Let me tell you, he was a beast back in like 2020. Really.
Yeah, I mean in NXT he fit in very well.
Yeah,
Um
but now he's just soft right
yeah.
now.
He's also got a dad bod now. I mean,
Yeah.
he wasn't in stellar shape in NXT either, but he was in better shape for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm hoping that he can grab my interest at some point, but honestly, I don't really see it happening. He has yet to grasp my interest on the main roster besides when he came back.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, yeah, and I hope this match ends in a double countout. That way, that Adam Pierce comes to the conclusion of making this match a triple threat at Mania.
I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
Because listen, if you break it down, Sheamus has lost to Gunther twice.
Yeah, but
So Sheamus
Drew Mac,
automatically should be ruled out. Um,
yeah,
Drew McIntyre and Gunther will be a chop fest. And I mean, it'd be entertaining for that aspect of it, just to see how red their chests get. But
mm-hmm.
I'm very sick and tired of Drew McIntyre as a baby. Um, I liked him when he was a heel with Ziggler. I liked him when he was,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I think he's a better heel. He's a more natural heel.
that the Scottish psychopath.
Yeah, that's just my take on it.
Yeah, yeah. Now, next up, Rey Mysterio being the first inductee into the 2023 Hall of Fame. Well, fucking deserve.
Absolutely. My only thing is, what happened to inducting people after they retired?
I don't know, man.
Like Rey Mysterio's not even done. They're like, "Hey, good career, man."
I'm just like, huh? Okay, but yeah, it just doesn't make sense, really.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude's career's not even over. Um, they waited for Undertaker to retire,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like unanimously, obviously going into the Hall of Fame. Rey Mysterio, I guess you could say the exact same thing, but I mean, the argument for Undertaker versus the argument for Rey Mysterio is not close. Um, you could have put Undertaker in the Hall of Fame after WrestleMania 30.
Yeah.
Come WrestleMania 31, he could have been in the Hall of Fame. No, they waited. So why didn't you wait with Rey Mysterio? It just doesn't make any fucking sense. Unless he loses against Dominic or wins against Dominic and retires.
Yeah. 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 But anyways, following that introduction, that that Dominic, along with Judgment Day, interrupted Rey Mysterio, and then like Legado del Fantasma came out and having a match with Judgment Day, and followed by the distraction. Like Judgment Day got the win over Legado del Fantasma, and Rey Mysterio still refuses to hit Dominic. And good thing, like Dominic was about to throw the punch at Ray, but Ray dodged him, and Dominic fell out of the ring.
Dude, Dominic, I hate the guy, but he's a really funny heel. He's like one of those people that you just love to hate
Yeah,
because he's such a little pansy.
yeah,
He does a really good job with the character that he was given, and I think
hmm,
that's very hard to do.
yeah, yeah,
Bubba Ray
mm,
shot on that. I don't know
yeah.
if you saw that video.
I think I saw it.
And I'm not gonna sit here and act like Bubba Ray is some great mind of wrestling, but he had a fair point. He said something along the lines of, what Dominic's doing is arguably harder than what anyone else has had to do, in the sense that Dominic is having to get over via character instead of getting over in the ring. Because right now he doesn't have the ring skills to do it, so he has to get over with this character, and he's doing a good job. And I think that's true. I still don't like the guy, but I think it's true.
Sorry, continue.
But yeah, that's just where I stand on it. I think Dominic is entertaining. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, fuck Dominic Mysterio, whatever." Every single time there's a video of him on Instagram, I used to be one of those people that was in the comment section like, "Get this guy off my television. He's so boring, whatever." I had one person say to me that it's offensive that he's using the was in prison gimmick. I think that's a very soft take, but overall, he's doing a good job with what he has, and I look forward to seeing what he can do with it. In terms of being an in-ring performer, I think there's a lot to work on, but maybe he can get there.
Yeah, yeah. Now, next up on our list, there was a brawl happened at the end of the show between Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, and the Usos. Now, this
Yeah,
is like a story, like yeah, just a story building up really between the Bloodline, Sami Zayn, and pretty much Kevin Owens as well. And like I said before, that it will be Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, or Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos for the tag titles at WrestleMania.
dude, you called that so long ago too.
Yeah, yeah,
That's crazy to
and
me.
yeah, like yeah, like as soon as like Kevin Owens started to feud with the Bloodline like a few months ago, like back in November, I called it.
Yep, dude. You know what's funny though? So I don't know if you caught this. I don't know if it was Jimmy or Jay. I believe it was Jimmy. Said,
Okay.
we'll put. Cody came out and he said, "I'm gonna put you on the shelf like we put your boy Sammy on the shelf." That's exactly what I knew too. Like, Sammy's gonna come out of the crowd, isn't he? And sure enough, sure enough, here he comes out of the crowd.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, expect the unexpected.
Yeah, and like if you see a name drop in professional wrestling, it's almost a guarantee that that person's gonna show up. It's like a
Hmm.
97% chance. If you get name
Yeah,
dropped, you have to show up.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
With that, on
Now,
to Rampage, which we said we weren't going to report on, but due to
I just saw on Twitter or on YouTube. It doesn't really matter. But anyways, that Mark Briscoe announced that at the Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor pay-per-view, there will be a Reach for the Sky ladder match for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. Now, the first team that Mark Briscoe announced that will be in the match so far is the Lucha Brothers.
So does that mean he's going to relinquish?
Yeah, he's relinquishing the titles.
I'm glad he didn't stop wrestling.
Yeah,
That's what I would have done personally, but
yeah, like you said, like last month that he'll be going solo. So, and good thing he went to Tony Khan just to make up this match, and paying tribute to Jay Briscoe.
yeah, reach for the sky.
Yeah, reached for the sky, boy. But yeah, I'm glad they're going to be having this match. I think they're having maybe 4 teams, I believe, for in this match. I don't know, but
I'm interested to see who all.
I bet the Kingdom is going to be involved. You know, Matt
Yeah,
Taven and Mike
more than
Bennett.
likely they will be.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm curious, and I'm curious of like what other tag teams is going to be in the ladder match as well.
Yeah, I
But
guess we'll
yeah,
see as time goes on.
yeah.
And
So
with
yeah,
that,
that is all for our review on the week. And as you all know, that it's time for the pro wrestling trivia quiz. Hold on, I'm about to pull up my list here. Okay, are you ready, Parker?
I was born ready, Lando. I say that
Okay,
every single time, but I feel like today's the day.
okay. Well, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and start. When when Vince McMahon bought WCW, how many championships from WCW did he brought over to WWE? A, 4 championships, B, 5 championships, C, 6 championships, or D, 7 championships?
Ooh. I wish I had a notepad on me. Okay, let me try to do this. So, the World Heavyweight, the United
Yep.
States, the Tag Team Championships. I'm gonna say 4.
You are correct.
Let's go. I don't know what the 4th one is off the.
The cruiserweight title.
Yes, the Cruiserweight. Yes.
So yeah, the cruiserweight title.
Word.
Number 2. Who did British Bulldog defeat in the finals of the inaugural WWE European Championship Tournament in 1997? A, Vader, B, Owen Hart, C, Mankind, or D, Bret the Hitman Hart?
Ooh. Owen Hart.
You are correct.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, you're 2 for
I'm
2.
on a roll. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, next one. True or false? The KOD the KOD 10-man tag team championship used to be known as the KOD 8-man tag team championship in DDT Pro Wrestling in Japan.
I'm gonna say true.
You are correct.
Let's go. We're rolling.
Yeah, it was okay. Like at first, it was known as like the 10-man tag team championship. Then it went to being 8-man tag team, and then went back to being 10-man tag team.
I did not think I was gonna get that right.
But yeah, the KOD 10-man tag team championship used to be known as the KOD 8-man tag team championship. And DDT Pro Wrestling, one of the promotions that I would never sign, really.
Yep, that's on another one of our pods. They've got the most outlandish championship name ever.
The Gay World Anal Championship.
Yep, yeah. I
And
can't even
even
spit it
though-
out, man. It's just disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but like, I mean, good thing it's like not even active at the moment, really. It was like active like back in like 2006, I believe. But anyways, moving forward, number 4. Who's the first 205 Live superstar to enter the Royal Rumble match in 2017? A. Tony Nese. B. Gentleman Jack Gallagher. C. Drew Gulak. Or D. Kalisto.
Ooh. You said in 2017.
Yeah, 2017.
Okay. I'm gonna say it's not Kalisto.
Okay.
Gentleman Jack Gallagher.
You are correct.
Let's go! Let's go! 4 for 4. Give me that Wendy's. Pop up a little Wendy's thing on here in the edit. 4 for 4 logo.
Oh, okay. Wendy sponsorship.
Yes, sir.
And I'm
we're
just gonna
gonna
put
get one day.
okay, not sponsored. Anyways, number 5, and hopefully you get this one right. Who became the first ever and longest reigning NJPW Strong Openweight Champion for 387 days? Now, just to be clear, whoever's, because one of these guys was the first ever Strong Openweight Champion, and they held it for over a year. So, A. Brody King, B. Fred Rosser, C. Kenta, or D. Tom Lawler.
D. Tom Lawler.
D. You said?
Tom Lawler, yeah.
I'm sorry, you're wrong. Snake, you're correct.
Let's go, baby! 5 for 5. Wendy's better make a new meal. The
Did your heart
PJs
drop?
My heart did drop.
Yeah, your heart.
Because he was the youngest one too, right?
I think so.
I believe he was the
Maybe.
youngest and the longest reigning.
And the first ever.
And first ever. Damn, 3 records. Interesting.
Yeah, 3. Yeah.
Sounds like Jushin.
Yeah, Jushin, yeah. But yeah, that is it for the Underground Mobcast episode 25. Our social medias will be down in the description box below. And should I hit him with it?
Lando, hit him with it. Wait, hold up. Hit him with a Zoe!
Signore e signori, arrivederci. Mwah. E buonanotte. Bang!
Bang! Yes, sir. Yes, sir.